Okay, it's December 27th today. Yeah. That was a good Christmas. We had lots of time off. I worked Christmas Eve a little bit. We had like 2 centimeters of snow. I did everything and wasn't much to do. Threw a little salt down and finished up around, I was done when most people, I couldn't even get in the stores. I was done by 7. So. If you start at 4:30 or 5 in the morning, if you've only got a couple hours to do, yeah, you're going to be done by. But you know what? I bought gas. I think I only had a half a tank. I didn't need to buy gas, but I couldn't beat the price where I was there. I buy gas at Costco. I got a membership, so get a little discount. And I paid 88.9 cents per liter on Christmas Eve. That's the lowest I've paid for gas, and probably I can't remember, 14, 15 years. Anybody remember when the last time it was that low? I'd like to know why. What's the reason? Is that going to stay like that forever? I don't think so. But it was nice. Oh, like usual, I'm just plowing and talking. That's what I do. Got a good night's rest. And actually I slept in this morning. I'm starting a little later than I normally do. The sky is absolutely gorgeous this morning. The moon was out, 3/4 moon or so, and stars and everything when I got up. But that's all going to change. The forecast is for freezing rain tonight. Ice pellets mixed with snow, changing to freezing, possible freezing rain, which is probably likely. There's a warning issued now, so. And you know what? There seems to be a cycle. This has been pointed out to me. I didn't believe it, but I think there is a cycle. Mother Nature works on a 7-day cycle in the winter. Every Thursday night, Friday, going back probably right to the first snowstorm in November. We got ready for it on a Thursday, so yeah. The pattern is, and it seems like a lot of winters are like this. We get snowstorms on the weekends. Some years, a couple of years ago, we had every weekend it snowed. And I'm going back 10 years now. Last winter it seemed to be on a Monday, every Monday morning. It was either a Monday or Tuesday. Which is bad. That's the worst case scenario. Everybody's showing up for work and it's snowing. Anyway, that's what's going on this year. Is it's Thursday nights and Fridays. We had freezing rain last Thursday, but you know what? It was supposed to be freezing rain. It ended up being a really warm summer rain almost. I went out early. I had my salter half full. We had the other one full. We had to empty both salters. It's a pain. And white salt in the big salter. When that stuff gets wet, it just turns to concrete. Anyway, we did not empty that one. We covered it really well. Keep the rain out. Put a 5-gallon bucket, shove it underneath the tarp I got tied on there, and creates like a peak, high point in the middle, and the water tends to run off. So I had green salt in my salter, well, the blue. We're buying blue and green. We have both. It's the answer to me for all our problems in the past, way back. We used to have concrete, what I call concrete salt. Well, it doesn't happen with the green. And hey, look at that sky. So yeah, we had a lot of family things on over the last couple of days. Some people came over on Christmas Day, and it was a good day. The kids had fun. My kids are older now. They're not older. They're teenagers. So the real fun of young children at Christmas is kind of gone now. But they still really enjoy it. They get a lot of stuff. I don't really want anything or need anything. But it's a big thing for my wife, Christmas Day, and she made an incredible brunch. We call it what does he call it? Blupper. Breakfast, lunch, and supper. Oh, my youngest son calls it blubber. we don't really eat anything else all day. We just snack all day and have this huge brunch after lunch. And the turkey will be, I think it's going to be Friday night, because we didn't cook a turkey yet. Well, I look forward to that. That's really my favorite meal of the year, is turkey dinner at Christmas time or Thanksgiving. It's cold though. Today was minus 21 this morning when I got up. Yep. That to me is the perfect temperature. If it stayed at minus 15, minus 21 all winter, that would be the best. December 21st, first day of winter, it goes to minus 18 or 20 and stays there till, sometime in March. Okay, we got one more little corner to clean out there. I don't even know if I'm going to shovel the flagpole. There's the flagpole right there. Where is it? Straight ahead of us. So, I didn't shovel it last time I was here. You can see the grass poking up through the snow there. 2 days before Christmas, it was brown. There was not a stitch of snow anywhere. So yesterday was a nice day. Boxing Day. It was. We did some stuff in the morning, and then later on, we went out bowling with the family. All the nephews and nieces and aunts, uncles, grandmother was there. It was fun. They liked it. It's tough. We did the big balls there, the 10-pin bowling with. You don't do that often enough, man. It's hard to do that. And everybody had fun. And the little kids were doing the small balls. The bowling lanes are empty now. You know what? Everybody's busy on their tablet or their whatever they're doing, Facebook or. So there's nobody at the bowling lanes. The last couple of times I went, there was no lineup. There was no. And we were the only ones there. By the time we left, about maybe 6 or 8 lanes were being used, but half the place was empty. It's a shame. We played some pool. None of us are any good at pool either, but we had fun. Kids really liked that, so yeah, it was enjoyable. This site here is a real pain in the wazoo. And there's 2 reasons why that is. It's first of all, it's 3 actually. There's more than 2. There's a person here that just likes to complain about slippery conditions, so they're always on the phone putting in service requests. And what I did this year is I started recording the calls were coming in with the condition of the site. So I took pictures and I emailed them that day. I said, listen, I told the property manager, I got this service request call after checking the site in the morning and salting here and there, and what did they say? It was hazardous. Conditions are hazardous. So I said, listen, the place is 90% bare pavement, and I had to come back. So I found a few spots of ice. So there was some ice. I guarantee there's going to be ice. You can't have 100%. It's just about impossible to keep a site 100% perfect, bare. But I was wrong about I was way off. It wasn't 90% bare pavement. It was 99% bare pavement. So I sent an email back to the property manager again. I said, listen, I can count on one hand how many spots of ice were. And they were no bigger than like a turkey platter, size. You could put your arms in a circle, like join your fingers together and stick your elbows out. That's how big the maybe 4 or 5 areas of ice were like that. Maybe 6. There might have been 6. Okay. So they were recording all that, and someone did show up. I didn't think anybody would show up today. There's a car behind me. So yeah, I was in shock. I couldn't believe it. So they're keeping track of that. We're recording these things. You know, it's what the boy who cried wolf syndrome. You can't just keep making statements like that the conditions are hazardous, and you know, there's salt boxes on site with scoops in them, and that's what they're for. If you find a spot, you know, like if you're walking through a parking lot that's 100 feet wide and you see a piece of ice that's the size of a turkey platter, do you walk over it or do you walk around it? Do you risk falling down, or do you take precautionary measures and just go around it? You know, it's 100 feet wide, this parking lot. And that's what you're supposed to do. Okay, I'm ranting again. But you know, these are things you can't foresee when you bid on a site like this. You just have no idea. No one's going to tell you there's someone in there that's going to call every day. So I said, listen, if they want extra visits, I can give them an estimate. I'm always offering estimates. I will just send estimates without even asking for an estimate. Because once they've got the estimate, then they've got an option to go with. That's a good piece of advice there if you're going to take anything from this video. Send estimates. It doesn't hurt, they're free. So it takes time for you to do it, but it gives them an option to solve the problem, and it worked last winter. We went and did extra visits. I charged lots extra. Come here as often as they want. I'll come here 3 times a day if they want, all winter, but they got to pay for it. That's not included in the original bid that I put in. And the other reason that this site's really difficult is the design of the site. There's a whole bunch of downpipes. The roof is sloped. I should have noticed that when I bid on the places. I didn't think it would be such a big problem. So the water comes down those downpipes and fans out across the parking lot, just like a fan. And every car that parks over here has to walk on a different section of the parking lot. There they are. Oh, it's security people. That's all it is. So these downpipes you see on the left of me, there's 7 of them across the front, and there's a bunch across the back. And each one of them, there's 2 in particular on either side of the door that are really bad. So even after it hasn't snowed in 4 or 5 days, you get water running off the roof on milder conditions, and then it freezes at night. Of course, temperature drops, and every morning you got to come and salt that. So I told them, listen, if you want that parking lot checked every morning, you got to pay extra for it. And that was last winter. So far this winter they haven't requested that. They have the estimate from last year. I suggested it a few times. I think they'll end up going with that option. Probably going to happen in January or February. So yeah. And the third reason is there's 3. Is this site is just a really wide open area here. The wind just howls through here, and it creates drifting. So yeah, that's the third reason. So I'm just gonna throw some salt down here and we're out of here. That's it. What's really unique to this site, and most of my sites are like this, some are different, but there's a 5 centimeter policy here. So if you get 5 centimeters of snow or more, you come and plow it. If you get less than 5 centimeters, you're not required to come here and plow the snow, which is baloney, because we plow whether we get 1, 2, 3 centimeters, we plow it. And the chief procurement officer mentioned to me, oh, I guess because you didn't come for 2 or 3 times when it snowed 1 or 2 centimeters. And I said, no, that's not the case. We're here, we come and plow no matter what. And we salt too. So they want a bare pavement policy, but they're not paying for it. They figure that it's cheaper to not have that, but that's what they want. That's what most customers want. So you have to pay for that if you want that. And I know that bidding on these places. I know what they want. I wish he'd leave so I can salt that spot. Off to the next site. We're done here. Thanks for watching.